I bought yarn this morning. I bought kind of a lot of yarn this morning, and I do not feel the least bit guilty because I budgeted for this and waited for this, and I have been anxiously checking my local Hobby Lobby to see if they have started marking things down yet, and today was the day. Actually, 4 days ago was the day, but we'll get to that. I'm Michelle, and this is my Romantic Tangle, and this is my 2021 Hobby Lobby yarn haul. I've been calling the Salem store and the Albany store and going into them when I was up in town to see if they'd started marking down their yarn yet, and they hadn't. And today I decided I would give the Springfield store a call. She told me they'd started marking things down 4 days ago, and from what I hit last year, I had a feeling that there would not be enough yarn left to make the drive, but she said they had plenty, and I really wanted to go see. So I took a road trip, and oh my gosh, the aisles were still full. The stuff that I was looking for was still there. I was watching Angie from My Fairy Treasures' video. I actually paused it halfway through at the point where Hobby Lobby would have been open so I could call them, and it hit me. There are a lot of us who've been apparently calling the local stores to see if their yarn is on clearance yet, but from watching Angie's video, I realized what she is looking for to knit with is the total opposite from what I am looking at to knit with. And so maybe that sense of urgency and competition that I feel around these clearance sales isn't a big deal. And I've actually this year been really kind of tranquil about it. If I didn't make it to the sale, it was fine. If somebody else beat me and bought every last skein of yarn, it was fine. I am happy that I got yarn. And let's show you what I got. This is Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton Stripes. The color is Jenny's Galoshes. And I don't know if the camera is picking up. There is a strand of glitter in there. It is so pretty. It's 97% cotton, 3% metallic polyester, 335 yards. I have no earthly idea what I'm going to do with this. A shawl, because what else would I do with it? But it's so stinking cute. If you watch my channel, you'll know I do a lot of shawls. I do a lot of socks. I do a lot of little stuff like that. This is Premier Nordica. It is self-patterning. And I got some self-patterning a couple years ago, and you have to get your stitch count and your gauge right, and the yarn will do fancy pretending to be color work. This stuff is treated and approved against 350 harmful substances. Okay, sure. I want to know what it's made of. It's 100% anti-pilling acrylic, and there are 546 yards of skein. I got 2 skeins. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to make with it, but it was $2.24 a skein, so for playing with, something different. I did get some self-patterning Nordic-like yarn from Hobby Lobby a while back and made a shawl, and it was fun. This might want to be a sweater. Yarn Bee Fresco Fiber. This stuff is 290 yards, 59% cotton, 36% acrylic, and 5% God only knows what. They listed as other fibers. I think it'll be good for shawls. It was $1.49 a skein. I got it in this color, which is chambray. I got it in this color, which is eggshell. I got it in this color, which is lilac. And I think I got 3 skeins of each color, which should give me plenty for shawls. I can also stripe. I can do color work. I've given myself a lot of options here. And the idea kind of has been to give myself options. This is Yarn Bee Blended Bliss. It was $1.24 a skein, 443 yards. This color is smoke. It's a cotton acrylic polyamide blend. It's mostly cotton. If you see a trend here this year, it's going to be mostly cotton. And I'm thinking it's thin. It's, what do they say? Okay, I know they have to say, but I can't find it. It feels fingering weight-ish to me. So I got it in smoke. I got it in wheat. I got it in green eyes. I got it in, what are you? Chambray? I thought there was another color here. And I guess more smoke. I got it in a bunch of different colors. I got 3 skeins of each. I'm thinking shawls. Thinking also this could be a really lightweight little summer top. It could be a lot of things. Like I said, I have got bags of yarn here. The only sweet minis they had was Follow That Flamingo. This is 300 yards for $1.07, and I got 2 of these. I still have no clue what I'm going to do with it, but it's pretty, and Valentine's Day is going to come, and is I wanted it a good enough excuse? Because with a lot of this, that's what it came down to, is I wanted to try it and play with it. This is Yarn Bee Sweet Divinity in Berry Purple. And I got 3 skeins. It is 243 yards. It's, again, a really lightweight, feels like fingering to me. I am sure there's fiber content on here somewhere. Acrylic nylon. We could have guessed that. I really want to make a shawl out of this. I want to get out every lace shawl knitting book I own and go through it all and just make a list of things I could knit with what I have got. Isn't it nice to be overwhelmed by your yarn choices? In my mind, it's nice to be overwhelmed by your yarn choices. I don't get overwhelmed in a bad way. I could knit all the things, a lot of the things. Not everything, because I don't have every weight and every yardage and everything, but I could do a lot. This is Ice Cream Cotton Blend, and it is pretty. And it is 225 yards, 47% cotton, 53% acrylic. It was $1.49 a skein, and I got 2 skeins of the green and 2 skeins of the yellow, and I think this stuff would make fabulous baby sweaters. I have no one to make baby sweaters for, but that is totally and utterly beside the point. Don't distract me with reality and details. At some point, some friend of mine is going to have grandbabies or something, and I will be able to knit. Or I can knit and donate to wherever. Oh, Fresco Fiber also had an avocado. I love this shade of green. I've got lots of shawl patterns in my stash that have leafy, viney, botanical stuff. I did get I Love This Wool Naturals. It was $1.62 for 220 yards. It's 100% wool. I would have to do some research to see if this will felt or not. I have no clue what I'm going to make with it, but it whispered to me off the shelf that it needed to be in my stash. This is a Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody, the Slate Divide. $2.24 for 918 yards. And this is why it is going to take me so long to knit through my yarn stash, because not only is this stuff inexpensive, the yardage is amazing. I got Twisted Cotton Blend by Lion Brand. It's only 98 yards. It's 69% cotton, 31% acrylic. I have never seen this stuff before. I think I just want to swatch it and make a dishcloth and see what it's like to knit with. Oh, the Yarn Bee Fresco. I got a lot of the Yarn Bee Fresco fiber. This one's red. And it's a speckly, tweedy. I got 3 skeins of that. Like, oh, and linen. I don't think I showed you that in the last bag of it I had here. I got this in possibly more colors than I need. If I like it, I'm going to be really happy about that. If I don't like it, I'm going to find myself slogging through it for years to come. This is Yarn Bee Fresh Haven Pewter Twist. It is 180 yards, 100% tencel. It's a 4, which is a medium. The numbers on the bands, I understand what they mean, but because I do a lot of shawls and a lot of things that aren't fitted, I tend to totally ignore, unless I'm looking for something that will compare to something else making substitutions. Here's another skein of that Twisted Cotton by Lion Brand. I bought 2 of those. And this one is another Yarn Bee Sweet Divinity Amber Waves. 234 yards. It's an acrylic bitland. It is gorgeous. I'm going to find a shawl pattern that it will be happily done in an acrylic blend. Yarn Bee Awesome Ombre in Lilac. This has got a mohair kind of feel to it. And I also got it in Blue Sky and green. And I'm second thinking this choice right now because usually I don't do the fuzzy yarns. There was a plan for that, I am sure. I'm just not at this precise second seeing what the plan was. Blended Bliss in Wheat. I think I have 3 skeins of that. It's another of the cotton blends. There is a lot of yarn here. Possibly more yarn than I needed, but need when it comes to yarn is an interesting concept. This is a Rhapsody Hues from Yarn Bee. The color is Bittersweet. It is 524 yards, 90% cotton, 10% polyester. Again, it feels like a fingering weight. I got, I think, 2 of this. And then I got Elegant Eggplant, Passion Flower, which on the camera looks a lot like Elegant Eggplant. I'm not going to lie to you. But this also looks like something I would have a lot of fun knitting with. Another of those Rainbow Rhapsodies, this one in blues. Sapphire blues. Aren't these pretty? I need to set up my storage so that I can look at these and drool over them and hopefully have inspiration of what I'm going to do with them. Rainbow Rhapsody in Brilliant Blonde. Look at the golds, guys. 224 for, I already said this, 918 yards. So each one of these is a potential shawl. And this is Yarn Bee Fresh Heaven. It is $1.24 a skein, 180 yards, 100% Lysel. And I know I should know what Lysel is. I want to say, I think it's like from a wood fiber. More of that awesome ombre and lilac. I should have pulled these all out and bunched them together before I started filming, but like I said, there is a lot. Rainbow Rhapsody in Ivy League. Like I said, if I love this stuff, I'm going to have it to play with forever. And if I don't love this stuff, I'm going to be slogging through it. But that's okay. I have learned, this is like the 4th year I've done the Hobby Lobby yarn clearance, and I have gotten much better at predicting what I will happily knit away with. I was hoping that they would have this authentic hand-dyed markdown. They only had a couple of colors, and they weren't the colors I was hoping for. I got myself the Lilac Luster. It was marked down to $374. It is 400 yards. It is 100% superwash merino wool. So it's sock yarn. It doesn't have polyester or nylon woven into it to give it extra strength, but I'm making socks. And I'm anxious to play with this. And you know, if they didn't mark it down this year, maybe next year? Maybe never. It's not like I don't have enough to knit with. This is Yarn Bee Mimosa. I got it in burgundy. It is really soft. It is a 62% cotton, 38% rayon, so that's got to be where this great feel is coming from. It is 240 yards, and I got 3 of them, and I'm going to make a shawl. How many times in this video have I said I'm going to make a shawl? I was hoping that they would have marked down some of the other sock yarns, kind of hoping and kind of not hoping, because I don't want them to get rid of the sock yarn. I'd like them to sell me sock yarn at an affordable price and then have more sock yarn for me to buy later. Cozy Toes was marked down to $1.24. It is a self-striping sock yarn, and if you look at that swatch printed on the label, that's a heck of a color repeat. This stuff is 100% or 93% acrylic, 7% polyester, 210 yards. So I have knit with 100% acrylic before for socks. In heavier weights, I've not done it with anything this light. So I got it in this colorway and this colorway, which that looks totally yellow, but then if you look at the repeat, I do not know what this stuff is going to do. And this one is a blue and black and yellow and black, and that one's a green and blue and black. I hope I got 2 skeins of this one. And then they also had Color Idyll, I-D-Y-L-L. It's pretty, and this stuff it feels like fingering weight. It is a 50% merino wool, 30% nylon, 20% acrylic. I could knit socks with that. I cannot see any reason why I couldn't knit socks with that. And it's also 415 yards, which is enough for a pair of socks. So I got it in lapis stone. I got it in frosty mint. I got it in limelight. Did I tell you this was $2.24 a skein? I got it in magenta. I got it in orangeology. And I got it in L is for lemon. I think I got it in every color they sell it in. And I'm just going to add that to my stash for when I need a solid color for a pretty sock pattern I want to play with. And that is it. That is, according to my receipt, 88 skeins of yarn. I paid $137 and change for an entire cartload of yarn. And now I am really, truly not going to buy any more yarn for a while. I'm going to see if I can make a sizable dent in this before next year rolls around, because if I don't make a sizable dent in this, I've got no business at the next Hobby Lobby clearance sale. Last year was kind of a flop because I got my yarn. I didn't get a tremendous lot of yarn, depending on how you want to judge it. And very shortly after the sale, the wildfires started and we had to evacuate. And my yarn got packed up and it got moved to a safe location, and I didn't get it back for a long time. And by the time I got it back, the fires were done, the holidays were looming, and I didn't care anymore. So I really need to go through and see what I've got and make some plans and dig in and start knitting. But that is not a bad challenge to have. There's also a video upcoming with a Dollar Tree haul and yarn from the Dollar Tree, but, well, first of all, I bought and filmed that before this video, and second of all, it was $1 a skein for 900 yards of cotton, and I'm not going to apologize for that. Thank you for watching. Let me know, have you knit with any of this? Are there things I should know about knitting with any of this? What did you find at the clearance sale that made you squeal with delight? Or is anybody at the point where they really truly feel they have enough yarn and don't get to play with new yarn anymore? I'm kind of thinking, I used to go and buy yarn at Walmart along with my groceries to make sweaters for the kids, and probably if you added up all of those little purchases over the course of a year between the yarn shop and Walmart and Joann's and Michael's, I was spending more than I'm doing right now a year at the Hobby Lobby yarn clearance. And the yarn wasn't as good. So depending on how you define sensible, this might be sensible. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle, and I will be back with you with more videos soon. And I am going to start casting on and knitting pretty things. And what do you think of these as a garter stitch shawl? That's kind of what the skein is whispering to me. See you soon.